Hello, welcome to Ranking Races. You join us today as we're going to be checking out Blur and a Wreckfest. We're going to be looking at Wreckfest first, but just to get you back up to speed on our current rankings. So far we've done 2 games. And we've got Need for Speed Carbon for the Wii in first place, followed by Beach Buggy Racing. So in this episode we're going to see where Blur and Wreckfest fit on that list. So first, let's check out Wreckfest. So I've just set up a simple banger race here. We'll check out a few races, share our feelings, and then we're going to decide where to rank it on that list. Like I've said previously, we've got 100 games on our list to rank in order, so it's going to be a long series, but it should be good. We've got 2 down, and we're curious to see where this fits in. Like all my ranking and racing videos, unfortunately I haven't got the music in the background because it's licensed music and it'll get flagged by YouTube. So let's see. So Wreckfest kind of feels like Demolition Derby. That's the closest thing. Or it's by the people who made Flat Out, but it's got that little bit of Demolition Derby at heart. So, but let's see. Check some of this out and see how it is. So we'll check. There's lots. Sorry. There's lots of different races. Lots of different racing vehicles and types in this, not just normal banger cars. You've got like sit on lawnmowers, combine harvesters, school buses. So let's see how this goes. Right, here we go. Okay, so should have. Oh, yeah, we've got this weird cinematic camera there. List of names. Let's look back. Here's our different cameras. We've got a further one way. We've got a classic inside one, which I think I quite like this view for this, but for the sake of this video, we'll stick to our normal outside one. But yes, there's definitely a range of angles here. So there's lots of different options in this game for like how realistic the damage is and that. I've left everything on normal just for the sake of ranking it, but yeah, you can change like how like visual, like how much that's going to affect it. So this shouldn't affect me too much, but you tend to get wobble. This is I'm not doing too well this first race. This is the thing when you jump from racing to game, you get a little bit, whoa, look at that chaos going on there. So I love how much destruction there is in this on the cars. I'm a little bit disappointed there's not more environmental destruction, but it's pretty cool how like loads of items go flying. I can appreciate that. You couldn't have too much, otherwise the frame rate would go terrible. Overall, frame rate holds up pretty well in this. I've not noticed any particularly bad frame rate, and I like how the number of races we've got. Oops. The number of races we've got here. Let's see what we got here. Handling feels good. Obviously, like if you lose a wheel, it gets a bit tricky. It's kind of somewhere in between trying to be more realistic and arcadey. It doesn't have the full-on. This is like a Burnout style arcade racing game, but it's not too fussy in the realism where you're like you're gonna end up steering off the track too much or not. Okay. Right, we're going to cut to the next race. So the good thing I like about Wreckfest is lots of different types of tracks. Like our last track was like a normal out in this countryside racetrack, but you can have some what I call special arenas for complete destruction. So I've chosen one of these. It's called Hellride, and we'll go for school buses. And I've chosen some more laps, and you're about to see how much more destruction you're going to get. And I like these type of tracks where like they loop back on each other, so you're more likely to crash into each other. Also, look how awesome this is to have this many school buses. It has online multiplayer as well, but I like how like you could just customize any like single player race type you want. Like I could have this event with lawnmowers or combine harvesters or normal banger racing. See, so tracks like this, it doesn't matter which way around you go as long as you do. So this is where you're going to get some crazy head-on collisions if you're not careful. Oh, I think the school buses might be a little bit heavy for this track. Oh, we don't have to go up the middle. I think it's just a little bit more fun if we try. Oh. Oh. Yeah, so you can see lots of destruction here. And like again, 24 players is quite a good high number. And you get sent like this type of track online and the chaos gets more. I felt like when I was online racing, it's a little bit random to try and find like an event you're after. But like I said, racing feels good. This feels good to race the school buses, even though like big and bulky. It still handle well, which sometimes games like this, the modes could go horribly wrong if like it looks fun but doesn't play fun. Doesn't play well, I mean. But this is like pure chaos going on here. It's good. So like I said, it looks really good as well. I like the visual look and style to it. It definitely has gone for more a realism look, which I guess it suits. Whoa, wow! Look at it, go back on it. Suits the type of game that they're going for. I'm obviously after like realistic destruction. I think they could have gone for a more colourful, playful art style as well, but maybe it would be a different game like that. I wish there's more racing games like this actually, because this one is. I like these like racing games with more destruction in and more crazy racetracks. Anything that has like more set racetracks is something of a preference of mine. I prefer like a more well-built, handmade racetrack to say like an open world that you're racing around with. I just feel that you can pull off more stuff like this. Got these crazy arena tracks. But on our list there's definitely a few more games that have these type of modes in, so we'll have to see how it ranks against those, but this looks and feels pretty well here. Oh. So you can reset, so my damage stuff is on the left hand side at the bottom as well, so it's easier to whoop. Oh. So there are modes as well that's just about dealing damage to each other, and I'll check one of those out next after I finish this. So I put more laps on this just for the sake of being able to see more of the carnage. It seems to default to 2 laps. It seems a little bit short sometimes, but thought I wanted to show off some more of the chaos here. Surprisingly on second. Some of these you can get your car completely damaged and be out of it altogether. Okay, let's see if we can get this, jump through this fire. The music's kind of like a rock style music. More like modern / 2000 style rock music is how I'd say it is. Like I said, the sounds sound great, all the cars sound good. Environmental stuff sounds good. There's a good weight to the vehicles. They're not too floaty. Whoa. Oh, I thought that was going to wreck them then. Oh, reset. Not sure where the first place guy is, if that's him there. Okay, we're coming up to our last lap here. With some good environmental details. Okay. Whoa. Oh, that was the person saying, whoa, last lap, here we are. See if we can floor it through. We haven't got much health left though. As you can see, maybe this is why it's set to 2 laps, because most of these buses seem to have totally had it. Okay, around here. So yeah, it's by the same developers, Flat Out, but it's missing some of the things that were in Flat Out. I think they made the first and second one. I'm not sure if they made the rest after that. But it's missing like the modes, like the funny mini games and stuff. But I think they've compensated well with like there's a range of crazy arenas and different vehicle types. Like I said, we'll see one of those Demolition Derby arenas next before we decide where does this go on that list of races. Okay, let's move on to the next demolition mode. So one of the other modes is Last Man Standing. There's like a demolition arena mode. So let's check out. I've gone for a motorhome here. So this is purely Last Man Standing. So there's 23 other people. We just go to try and crash into them. Depends on which angle you crash into them. Depends on like how many points and how much damage you do to them. Let's see what we can do. So we want to try and get someone on the side and tip them over. So there's quite a few arenas for this. Like, it'd be nice if there was more, but I feel like this game's actually got quite a healthy amount. Oh. I think this is the mode where if you're going to see any frame rate dips, this is where it's going to happen. I've gone for large vehicles here. Usually if you go like for the cars, you get like a bit more speed, which might suit some of the maps better. Oh, nice. There's some extra points if you like totally knock someone out completely. So see, it keeps track of how many people are left, but how many people you've taken out. Oh, man, I'm not going to last long against these combine hamsters, that's for sure. So I've lost my brakes. Kind of want to get like a build up and then go into the side of someone. Okay, let's see. Oh, that took a bit out of him. So you can see, imagine this mode online is like a great, but there's not a certain playlist just for this. Not all the time, from what I could see. Oh, nah, I don't need to reset, I'm fine. Oh, I managed to wreck someone. Sometimes it'd be nice, I think at the end it shows like overall points, because I feel like sometimes you could be like really sneaky and just take out someone slightly with the last pip of health. Whoa, that's bad news. Okay, no. Okay, so that was a slough, got a bit more off him there. Come on, yes. I see, that wasn't a shunt, so it depends on like your speed and where you hit them as well. Can be a little bit tricky to tell sometimes. Oh, everyone's getting near to not lasting long. Oh, thing is, every time you hit someone as well, you'll lose a bit of health, so you kind of want to make sure. Oh, come on. Well, this guy's got loads of health. Okay, let's see what we can find. So this is time mode. If you've got the inside camera, it can be pretty intense. Right, so that was Wreckfest. And let's bring up our rankings here. And where are we going to put it now? I think, from what we've seen, and I like how much the destruction is, I would put Wreckfest on the top of our list. So let's type that in, Wreckfest. So this is the Xbox One version. And let's display that on the screen. There you go. So currently we've got a Wreckfest in first place, followed by Need for Speed Carbon for the Wii and Beach Buggy Racing for the Switch. Right, let's move on to our second racing game for today, Blur for the Xbox 360. We'll be back in 1 second. And we're back. Now we've got Blur. So we're going to take a look at a couple of races and a destruction mode. Unfortunately, the normal destruction mode that's in multiplayer is unavailable because no one's playing online. Because before you'd have like an arena and you'd like go around and it'd be like however many points you can get within a certain time limit. That's not here, so we're going to check out and see what the single player version is like. But we'll show off some races and show some different class cars. Unfortunately, there's no quick race option in Blur for single player, which is frustrating, especially trying to make this series. But I'm just going to choose a couple of races from the career mode. So let's check out this first race. We're starting a Class D car. So the thing about Blur, it's sort of, it's arcadey and it's got power-ups and weapons, but it has real-life locations and real-life cars. So we're driving this Audi here, but we can pick up some pickups as well. Oh. And you want to try and avoid them. So you get used to what the symbols are. So that's like a landmine thing. Very similar to like Mario Kart style of kart race. So this is a boost. Some items you use yourself, some are you shoot forward, some are ones you shoot back. So everyone's got a health bar as well, so this is a way for you to knock someone out completely, temporarily, and then they'll get respawned. Okay, so this is like a homing missile. This one will just go ahead and find someone. So lots of the tracks in this game do have split paths, and one track is an A to B track down a Japanese mountain. Unfortunately, that's the only one of that type in this game, which is a shame because I love that track. If I can find it, we might be able to play it. But so we've got our standard 3 laps this time. It handles, like, the cars handle really well. It feels good. Now this is a game that's gone for like, not cartoony, it's gone for like a more artistic style along, like, so it has a realism, but it has like this sort of neon like color look to it and things, and that kind of just helps it pop out a little bit more. Oh, especially with these effects as well. Well, that's just getting hit behind. So yeah, you can get pretty unlucky when you're at the front. You're usually getting hit by the lightning here. If you find a repair tool, we haven't got a repair tool, we've got the shield though, so don't need to worry about that lightning. So in the single player career mode, there's like these bonus events where you just like drive through these gates to get extra fans. Ah, that's a shame. It's obviously a little bit more picky about the gates than I realised. So you can shoot some things behind as well. So I just shot that red homing missile behind. Let's go for the speed boost. Could do with some health. And this is one racing game that actually has like the rear view mirror as well. And there you go. Let's move on to the next race. So this is our point A to point B race, the only one in the game, unfortunately. It was later on in the career. I found it later on in the career. So let's check it out. So you get to see what. This kind of wish they had more, because you kind of see what a point A to point B race is, and it's really good. Ah, this is a speed checkpoint one as well. So we're not doing normal races from checkpoint to checkpoint with some extra time. So let's see how this goes, because I've not done this. When I got this game, I was like really focused on the multiplayer, and while the multiplayer was busy, I kind of just played that and kind of forgot about the single player career mode. Because let's be honest, I was like, this is fun. This is like, well, nope, that's not going to go well. This is like a Mario Kart style racing game with real locations and real cars. An online multiplayer. And I was like, yep, this is pretty amazing. Oh, we got a little bit skiddy on there. And we've moved to Class A as well. Oh. Drifting a little bit trickier. But yeah, I wish there's more tracks like this. I kind of just wish there's more tracks in general. It's the one thing is lacking, but I think there's like enough tracks to play, and definitely enough cars. There's loads of different types of cars. But yeah, a warning, a single player campaign can get very difficult. There are 3 difficulty options, but I find it can be very tricky, especially if you just go from online. Online has this more fun, playful chaos to it. But single player can be a little bit more fingal. But the racing feels great here. Once you get the hang of this drifting, the cars feel good. There's different types of cars. So I've gone for a grippy car here. Maybe a drift car might have been slightly better. Trying to get these time bonuses is tricky. Okay, well we've got bronze so far. That's fine. I don't know if we'll get all these checkpoints. This is quite a longer track. I'm trying to get around these corners and pick these up. A little bit trickier than I thought. Come on. See how we do. You can hold 3 items at a time as well, and you can actually select which one you use as well, which is quite handy. So I usually like have 1 shield and 1 boost. Oh, yes, the perils of grippy cars. Not going around this corners very well. But it feels great, it runs great. And like I say, if you can find some people to play online, then this game gets even better. You're thinking, why have I got music? Well, it turns out there is an option, even though this is an Xbox 360, to have licensed music on or off, so I just turned the licensed music off. So that should be alright. I think more games will go that way. Yeah, it looks great, feels great. Like, this came out at the same time, a split second, but I put a lot of time into this. Oh, that was a big jump there. Oh, one more check. Oh, we could do this. It says that as I crush. Oh no, come on. Ah, no, 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 no. Where is it? Come on. Yes. Okay. Right, yeah, so I think it feels great. We'll do 1 destruction just to show you what that's like. I feel like it's going to be the same sort of thing, but let's find out. Right, so here's the destruction mode. So you can see how it varies and differs from, say, like Wreckfest's destruction mode. Okay, here we go. Whoa, that got rid of him. So if you get lucky with these needles, shoot them around them, you can just, oh, can't get rid of them. You can shoot other things with the needles to try and get rid of, like, landmines and that, so that's a good way to clear up those. So this is kind of a mode where you just, like, drive around trying to get rid of as many cars as you can. Oh, I missed. No, did I miss again? Ah, no. Well, I passed. So that was a quick mode, so you don't need to do much to pass. Shame I couldn't show more of that one, but that was kind of, that gives you enough example of what the destruction mode's like. And here's some of those extra challenges, and you have like these fans. So like that fan run going for the checkpoints, what I was trying to get there is one of those things. So yeah, I think once you spend a bit more time with the game and get used to it, its ways and stuff, I think you could still have a lot of fun with the career mode. A shame about the multiplayer, but like I said, if you can find a group of friends to play with, I'd highly recommend it. So let's bring up our list of current rankings. Here we go. So I've been thinking about this, and even though I really like Wreckfest and it kind of like ticks all my boxes of like cool destruction racing, the amount of time I spent with Blur and the amount of people I speak to are like, oh man, I wish they make Blur backwards compatible, I wish they make a new Blur, oh Blur was so great and underrated. I kind of had to give it to Blur here. I think Blur overall is better than Wreckfest. Not saying Wreckfest is bad, remember all these, there's going to be like hundreds game on here, even not over 100 games on here, so it's going to be a long list. But to be honest, from this list I'd put Blur at the top, so I'm just going to put Blur. This is the Xbox 360 version. Let's save that, so we got that. So there you go, that's our current list for now. So we've got Blur in first place, followed by Wreckfest, Need for Speed Carbon the Wii version, and Beach Buggy Racing. So thank you for watching. Let me know which games you think should be in what order, what was better out of this episode, Blur or Wreckfest. Remember to like and subscribe and hit the bell. Drop us a comment. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.